Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to do today is we'll be looking at our baseball games that we have coming up for Sunday, June 29th. There's 15 games in total. Every single team is going to be playing today. We're going to break down all 15 of our matchups, look at the rosters, look at the lineups, the pitching, try to predict the outcome for every single one of our games today. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final scores might be, and we'll be taking an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. First things first though, if you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know what your thoughts are on these games down in the comment section below, and I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to look at the pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. We go over every single game every day this entire baseball season. We break them all down. We do predictions, and we're going to be covering our best bets, money lines, spreads, over-unders, all season long. And once the football season starts, we also do the same thing for football. We do our predictions and best bets for all of the NFL and all of the college football games once those seasons starts later this year. So if you're a sports fan, if you're a baseball fan, if you're a football fan, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. But let's not waste any more time as we have 15 games to look over. The very first one we have kicking everything off at 12:05 p.m., kind of an early one. This is our Roku game. We have the 46-38 St. Louis Cardinals here on the road versus the 40-41 Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians, they got to get their offense back on track. Pitching has been pretty good this season, but the offense has not been swinging a hot back during the month of June. St. Louis, veteran team, experienced team. They don't have a bad offense by any means. Pretty good offense, pretty good pitching. Right now, the Cardinals, a 57.8% chance to win this one. Cleveland, a 42.2% chance. The Cardinals are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over-under. St. Louis is minus 125. Cleveland is plus 105. The Cardinals on offense, 4.7 runs a game, 255 average, 81 home runs, 44 steals, giving up 3.99 runs per game. The Guardians, 3.8 runs per game, 231 average, 79 home runs, 62 steals, giving up 3.89 runs per game. Obviously, you have to give the Cardinals an edge when it comes to the lineups here. Matthew Liberatore is going to be on the mound for St. Louis, 5-6 record, 3.96 ERA, 86.1 innings, 71 strikeouts, only 7 home runs given up in 16 games. That's pretty good control there. And then you have Logan Allen on the mound for the Guardians, 5-5 record, 4.25 ERA, 72 innings, 54 strikeouts, a lot of walks here, 32 walks and 76 hits, putting a lot of guys on base. Give me St. Louis to win this game. I have them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over here. In our second game at 1:35 p.m., we have the 48-36 New York Mets. The month of June has been an awful month. They've lost, 11 of the last 14 games. They lost their first spot position. The Mets, they got to get things on track, especially when it comes to that lineup. 1 through 3, Lindor, Soto, Alonso. That's great. 4 through 9, they got to get hotter bats. Pitching is dealing with a lot of injuries right now, so they really need the lineup to step up and help this team. And they'll be playing the 33-50 Pittsburgh Pirates, going for the sweep versus the New York Mets. Yeah, one of the worst offenses in baseball, a bottom 2 offense, is about to sweep the New York Mets. Right now, the Pirates 44.4% chance to win this game. The Mets at 55.6. New York is 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over-under. The Mets are minus 160. The Pirates are plus 135. You obviously have to give the Pirates a shot here. They've already won the first 2. They could take this third one. The Mets are averaging 4.4 runs a game. 245 average, 107 home runs, hitting a lot of home runs, but they are a lot of solo home runs. 62 steals, giving up 3.24 runs per game. Even with the injuries, they still have a top 3 overall team ERA pitching staff. The Pirates' second worst offense of baseball, 3.3 runs a game, 228 average, 55 home runs, 72 steals, but they actually have a pretty decent starting rotation, 3.87 ERA. A lot of pressure on that starting rotation, though, to keep the score low so that the Pirates can pull off a win. Right now, the Mets, they have Frankie Montes. He's finally back. He got a start last week, 0-0 record, 0 ERA, only 5 innings so far, 5 strikeouts. Obviously, a very small sample size so far this season. He'll be going up against Mike Burrows for the Pirates, 1-2 record, 4.45 ERA, 30.1 innings, 30 strikeouts. The Mets must avoid the sweep. If they lose today, that would be 3 of the last 4 series they would have been swept in. That would be atrocious. That would be pathetic. They can't allow that to win. They have to win this game. Give me the Mets covering the spread, but I'm going to go with the under. And a pretty interesting matchup at 1:35 p.m. Basically, the main story here is which one of these starting pitchers is going to get back on track first. We'll have the 34-51 Athletics on the road versus the 47-35 New York Yankees. The Yankees right now first place in the AL East. New York a 61.8% chance to win this game. The Athletics a 38.2. The Yankees are 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. New York is minus 200. The Athletics are plus 165. One thing about the A's, yes, they don't have the best pitching. One of the worst pitching staffs in baseball, bottom 3 overall, but they do hit a lot of home runs. So if your control's not on, they can make you pay with the long ball. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting .252, 101 home runs, that's top 10, 44 steals, giving up 5.41 runs per game. They give up a lot of runs per game. That does not bode well here versus a top 10 New York Yankees offense. They're averaging 5.1 runs per game. Judge right now, .354 average, 28 home runs, 63 RBIs. The team, .255 average, 121 home runs. That is good for second place, only behind the Dodgers, 57 steals, giving up 3.47 runs per game. And all of that is without their ace, Garrett Cole. Looking at the pitching today, Marcus Stroman makes his return. Not the best start when he was pitching this season. 0-1 record, 11.57 ERA, but for his career, 3.77, 9.1 innings, 7 strikeouts. Luis Severino on the mound for the A's. Obviously, used to pitch for the Yankees, used to pitch for the Mets. Very familiar with New York. Didn't end there on a high note for the Yankees. Pitched really good last season. Career, 3.91 ERA so far this season. 2-8 record, 4.83 ERA, 100.2 innings, 68 strikeouts, a lot of hits, 105 hits, 31 walks, but keeping the ball in the ballpark, only 9 home runs. Both of these pitchers, though, well above their career averages when it comes to ERA. I'm going to go out a little bit on a ledge here, call me crazy, but I'm going to go with Luis Severino. I'm going to go with the Yankees losing this game. The A's win it, going to go with that plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 1:35 p.m., a AL East versus AL East matchup. The 44-38 Toronto Blue Jays, they finally got the bats going during the month of June. They've been hitting a lot of home runs the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's making this team a lot more competitive, brought them to 500. Now they are 6 games over 500. Props to them. They'll be facing off first the 41-43 Red Sox. The Red Sox, pitching's kind of been up and down this season, but one thing they do, they have a very balanced offense. They do score a lot of runs. Fenway Park, it's a very difficult place to win on the road. The Red Sox, 44.1% chance to win this game. The Blue Jays, a 55.9%. The Blue Jays are 3rd place in the AL East. The Red Sox are 4th place in the AL East. Toronto with the hot bats. They're averaging 4.4 runs a game, hitting .256, 81 home runs, 40 steals, giving up 4.2 runs per game. The Red Sox are averaging 4.6 runs a game, .247 average, 98 home runs, that's top 10 in baseball, 67 steals, giving a 3.97 runs per game. Eric Lauer on the mound for the Blue Jays. Great start to the season. 4-1 record, 2.21 ERA, 40.2 innings, 41 strikeouts, only 14 walks so far. Walker Buehler had a great first month. He looked like he was back to 2017 form, and then he completely went off the rails. The last 4 to 5 starts, he has been rocked. You don't want to see it happen. You want to see this guy get things back on track. 5-5 record, 6.29 ERA, 63 innings, 56 strikeouts. But he's walking a guy every other inning, flirting with disaster there. I want to see him get back to form, but I got to wait till it happens. Give me the Blue Jays to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over here. And how about this game next at 1:35 p.m. an NL East versus NL East matchup? The 48-35 Philadelphia Phillies now back in first place in the NL East versus the 38-44 Atlanta Braves. The Braves finally getting their healthy roster together. And they have Acuna back. They have Strider back. And they have to get back to 500 before the All-Star break. It is almost the All-Star break. This year is flying by right now. The Phillies a 55.8% chance to win this one. The Braves a 44.2%. The Rays, however, they are the Vegas favorites. 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Atlanta's minus 150. Philadelphia's plus 125 right now. The Phillies, once they get Bryce Harper back, this offense, this lineup can really take off, but it's a good lineup nonetheless. 4.6 runs a game, 256 average, 83 home runs, 67 steals, giving up 3.84 runs per game when they have a fully healthy starting rotation. They don't have it right now, but when it's fully healthy, in my personal opinion, they do have the deepest starting rotation in baseball for the Braves. 4.2 runs a game, 244 average, 82 home runs, 42 steals, giving up 3.7 runs per game. Both of these teams are very talented, and do not underestimate Atlanta. Yes, they're sub 500, but they haven't been playing up to their talent level. They're getting their fully healthy roster back. They've been a very difficult team to play during the month of June. Looking at the pitching for this game, it's a really good pitching matchup. You are going to have Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phillies. Look at this start. 6-2 record. 2.08 ERA, 65 innings, 59 strikeouts, only 4 home runs in 12 games. That's the type of control that I want to see. Spencer Strider, he's back. Awful couple first starts. Looking back to form now. One of the best young strikeout pitchers in baseball. One of the best young pitchers when he's healthy. 3-5 record, 4.07 ERA, 42 innings, 53 strikeouts. but I'm going to go with the Phillies. I'm going to go with the Phillies pulling off the upset here. Going to go with that +1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And at 1:35 p.m., the 47-36 Tampa Bay Rays visiting the 35-47 Baltimore Orioles. The Rays, one of the hottest teams in baseball the last 4 to 5 weeks. They've been going off in every single category. Runs per game, batting average, home runs, steals, pitching. They've been elite in every category this month. The Baltimore Orioles, yes, they have a lot of question marks when it comes to their pitching, but they've been hitting a lot of home runs this month. They're starting to get hot bats right now. Right now, the Rays on the road, a 53.4% chance to win this game. The Orioles, a 46.6% chance. The Rays are second place in the AL East. The Orioles, fifth place in the AL East. Very deep division. Right now, the Rays, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over-under. Tampa Bay is even. The Orioles are -120. So even Vegas sees that this is a 50-50 game practically. You can make a very strong case for either one of these teams to walk away with the win. The Rays are averaging 4.7 runs a game. They have a great offense. 257 average, 85 home runs, 104 steals. They do lead baseball in stolen bases. Small market team. They excel at being aggressive, getting their runners in scoring position. And on top of that, they're only giving up 3.54 runs a game. They have the starting rotation, and they have a good bullpen. The Orioles, 3.9 runs a game, 236 average, 92 home runs, starting to hit a lot more homers right now. 55 steals, giving up 4.88 runs a game. They do leave a lot to be desired when it comes to pitching, but this is not a good pitching matchup. Taj Bradley on the mound right now for the Rays, 5-5 record, a 4.57 ERA, 86.2 innings, 77 strikeouts, 35 walks. He's walking a lot of guys. Dean Creamer on the mound for the Orioles. He's not any better at all in any way whatsoever. 6-7 record, a 4.6 ERA, 90 innings, 72 strikeouts, 97 hits given up. Both of these pitchers have been getting shelled this entire season. This game could easily turn into a shootout. Give me the Orioles to pull off the upset here. I'm going to go with that +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over this game. And this next game is a really fun National League matchup at 1:40 p.m. The 45-37 San Diego Padres, second place in the NL West. They got to get Fernando Tatis going. Where he goes, the offense goes with him. He's that missing piece there. Get back to the way that he was hitting in the month of April. They have a great starting rotation, great bullpen. They'll be facing off first the 43-40 Cincinnati Reds. The Reds right now having a great month of June. The offense is on the uptick right now. Pitching's been consistent since opening day. Cincinnati, 59.6% chance to win this game. San Diego, a 40.4% chance. The Reds are 1.5 run favorites. 9.5 over under. Cincinnati, -135. San Diego is +115 right now. The Padres, they have to get more from their offense. 4.2 runs a game. That's not bad, but they are capable of much more than that. 248 average, 69 home runs, 56 steals, a game of 3.59 runs per game for the Reds. 4.6 runs a game, but like I said, that is on the upswing. It's been up and down this whole season, but it's moving up right now. 247 average, 88 home runs, 64 steals, a game of 3.85 runs per game. They are at home, but it's a pretty decent pitching matchup. Stephen Collick on the mound right now for the Padres, 3-3 record, 3.95 ERA, 57 innings, 42 strikeouts, and Nick Lodolo on the mound for Cincinnati, having a great open to the season, 5-5 record, 3.63 ERA, 89.1 innings, 80 strikeouts. This game to me is going to be decided by the bullpens in the later innings. Give me the Reds to pull off a very close win here, but a one-run win. So Reds win, but I'll go with the +1.5, and I'll go with the under. And at 2:10 p.m., we have a battle between two first-place divisional leaders, the 49-34 Chicago Cubs at 2:10, visiting the 49-34 Houston Astros. These teams have the same record. Whoever wins this game is going to get the 50 wins first. Right now, the Cubs first place in the NL Central, the Astros first place in the AL West. Houston, 55.9% chance to win this game. Chicago, a 44.1%. The Astros are 1.5 run favorites. 7.5 over under. The Astros are -160. The Cubs right now +135. Chicago, one of the most balanced offenses in baseball. This is an offense, home, road, doesn't matter. They can beat you so many multiple ways. 5.4 runs per game. 255 average, 118 home runs, that's top 5. 96 steals, that's top 3 in aggressiveness on the base pass, only giving up 3.9 runs per game. The Astros, they're a veteran, experienced team, 4.2 runs a game. Don't forget, after the month of April, they were well under 500. Now they fought their way. They are 15 games over 500 right now. Props to this team sticking it out. They made it work. 256 average, 86 home runs, 45 steals. And Houston, for the last decade, has had great starting pitching. They continue to do so this season. 3.43 ERA. Looking at that starting pitching, this is a pretty good matchup. Jameson Taillon on the mound right now for the Cubs. Career 3.88 ERA this season, just above that 7-5 record, 4.47 ERA, 90.2 innings, 70 strikeouts here. Valdez on the mound for the Astros. First two starts this season were awful. Since then, left-handed pitcher, he's been practically unhittable. One of the best pitchers in baseball when he is on. He is on right now. 8-4 record, 2.88 ERA, 103 innings, 102 strikeouts. Yes, a lot of walks, 37 walks, but only 6 home runs given up in 16 games. That's the type of home run control you want versus a home run hitting Chicago team. Give me Houston to win this one at home to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And at 2:10 p.m., the 18-65 Colorado Rockies, let's call them what they are. They are the worst team in baseball, and it's by a long shot. They're on pace to lose about 135 games this season. They don't have a good offense. They don't have good pitching. They're facing one of the hottest teams in baseball, the 47-36 Milwaukee Brewers. This team has power, speed. They can pitch. They have a 75.9% chance to win this game. The Rockies, a 24.1%. Right now, the Brewers 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over-under. Milwaukee's -265, Colorado's +215. The Brewers are such heavy favorites, sometimes it's a little concerning. Sometimes it feels like you are potentially getting set up for the upset here. Right now, that Colorado offense, bottom 5 in baseball, 3.6 runs a game, 229 average, 77 home runs, 43 steals, a game of 5.54 runs per game. I'm pretty sure that's dead last in baseball. If it's not dead last, it is second to last. Either way, it is awful. The Brewers, great numbers right now. 4.7 runs a game, 246 average, 75 home runs, 97 steals. That's top 3 in baseball, giving up 3.82 runs per game. And they have a really good bullpen to close the games out. Germán Marquez on the mound right now for the Rockies. 3-9 record, 5.79 ERA, 77.2 innings, 56 strikeouts, 103 hits in 77 innings. He is loading the bases here. You don't want to flirt like that versus this Brewers lineup. Right now, Chad Patrick on the mound. 3-7 record. He deserves a lot more than 3 wins with a 3.72 ERA, 84.2 innings, 85 strikeouts. Give me Milwaukee winning this game, covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. And at 2:10 p.m., the 52-32 Los Angeles Dodgers, first place in the NL West, the deepest division in baseball, versus the 39-44 Kansas City Royals, one of the worst offenses in baseball, but they do have a top 5 overall pitching staff, so you can never count them out. They can pitch. Don't forget, guys, I picked the Royals to upset the Dodgers last night. They did indeed pull off the upset, but can they do it again today? That's the big question. Right now, the Dodgers 55.5% chance to win this game. The Royals a 44.5% chance. LA 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. The Dodgers are -110. The Royals are -110. Vegas sees practically almost maybe a 50-50 pick'em type game. Right now, the Dodgers the number 1 offense in baseball, 5.7 runs a game. 265 average, that's also number 1. 127 home runs, that is also number 1, just ahead of the New York Yankees. 44 steals, giving up 4.24 runs a game. That's not the best overall pitching numbers, but 15 pitchers on the DL. They're still finding ways to win the game, so it doesn't matter. They can outscore everyone they're playing. The Royals right now, 3.3 runs a game. That is bottom 4 in baseball. That is awful. They have to find some way to generate some type of offense. They need some home runs, too. They lack a lot of power. 244 average, only 56 home runs, 62 steals, giving up 3.4 runs a game. I feel so bad for the starting pitching. They've been elite this season. They just need just a couple runs and run support. If you give them 4 runs, they can actually get you a win. Looking at our pitching, as of me making this video, no starter announced for the Dodgers. I hate going into games blind, not knowing all the variables, but it is what it is. Make sure to circle back to this game later on, because obviously whoever's starting for the Dodgers, that could greatly affect the spreads here and the outcome that I'm betting on. Because I'm betting on this game completely not knowing who's going to be starting the game for the Dodgers. Chris Bubic on the mound for the Royals. No one's talking about this guy. Look at the season he's having. 6-5 record, a 2.18 ERA, 91 innings, 96 strikeouts, only 4 home runs in 16 games. That is elite. That is a top 3 overall pitcher in the American League right now, potentially coming up for some Cy Young votes. Right now, guys, like I said, I picked the Royals to upset the Dodgers. Not knowing who's starting for the Dodgers, not trusting that beat-up bullpen. This might seem kind of crazy here. Circle back to this once we know who's going to be on the mound for LA. But I'm going to go with the Royals again, pulling off the upset. I'm going to go with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And how about this game at 2:10 p.m., the 45-38 San Francisco Giants, third place in the competitive NL West versus the 27-56 Chicago White Sox. Let me not short the White Sox with that one win, even though they have an awful record. Even though they lost 121 games last season, don't underestimate them. They are a very scrappy team, always prepared to pull off an upset. Chicago, 49.3% chance to win this game. The Giants, a 50.7%. So you see the fans are practically split here, 50-50. Maybe they're on to something. Right now, the Giants, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over-under. San Francisco, -160. Chicago is +135, but the fans are really seeing something with the White Sox. The Giants, they don't have the best offense. It is their pitching that separates them from everyone else. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game. 231 average, 78 home runs, 43 steals, giving up 3.32 runs per game. That is top 3 in baseball. They have the starting rotation. They have the bullpen. This is a really good team. This is a playoff caliber team just based off their pitching. The White Sox, 3.5 runs a game, 220 average, 64, and that is the worst batting average in baseball. 64 home runs, 56 steals, getting a 4.18 runs per game. The White Sox, Jonathan Cannon on the mound, 2-7 record, 4.66 ERA, 63.2 innings, 51 strikeouts. With Cannon, he will either have a very good game or a bad game. It's a 50-50. He's going up against Justin Verlander, the grizzled veteran. This guy's been pitching for 3 or 4 decades. He's about 65 years old right now, but props to him. He is chasing stats right now. One of the best pitchers in modern baseball history. Still looking for his first win, though. 0-5 record. Get this guy a win. Come on, guys. 4.52 runs per game, 61.2 innings, 52 strikeouts. Maybe he gets his first win today. Give me the Giants to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over just barely in this matchup. And at 2:35 p.m., the 42-40 Seattle Mariners, they were first place in the AL West after the month of April. They kind of fell off the second half of the month of May, fell under 500, but they fought their way back. They have a very balanced offense. Pitching's pretty decent. They'll be facing the 41-42 Texas Rangers. They have been up and down this entire season. One of the worst lineups in baseball statistically. But on paper, it is a stacked lineup. They just had cold bats all season long. Corey Seager's back. Zero excuses. You got to get some runs here. And they do have a top 3 overall pitching team. They can pitch. They just need some help from the offense. Right now, the Rangers, 54% chance to win this game. Seattle, a 46% chance. The fans are going with Texas. Vegas has the Mariners, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over-under. Seattle is -125. Texas is +105. The Mariners right now, they're averaging 4.6 runs a game. 247 average, 105 home runs, a lot of power, 78 steals, a lot of speed, giving up 3.95 runs per game. The Rangers are averaging 3.6 runs a game, 228 average, 80 home runs, 69 steals, giving up 3.25 runs per game. Just based off of that pitching, you have to give them a shot here to pull off the upset. Right now, the Rangers, Jack Leiter on the mound. He's been injured so far this season. Not the best start. Then he got hot, but in the last 2 starts, he's given up a lot of runs. 4-5 record, 4.55 ERA. 65.1 innings, 51 strikeouts, 32 walks. That's a lot of walks in 65 innings. Luis Castillo on the mound for the Mariners, very consistent pitcher. 4-5 record, 3.69 ERA, 90.1 innings, 75 strikeouts. Give me Seattle to pull off the win here on the road to cover the spread, but I'm going to go with the under. And at 4:07 p.m., the 34-48 Washington Nationals versus the 40-41 Los Angeles Angels. This is their chance to get back to 500. The Angels have a lot of power here. They hit a lot of home runs. They have a 51.4% chance to win this game. The Nationals, younger team, not a bad offense, but very questionable pitching. They have a 48.6% chance to win this game. Again, practically a 50-50 split with the fans. The Angels are 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over-under. Los Angeles is -135. Washington is +115. Right now, that Nationals offense, 4.2 runs a game, 241 average, 83 home runs, 68 steals, giving up 4.95 runs per game. They do give up a lot of runs. The Angels, they're not much better than that, but they are technically better than that. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 227 average. They don't get a lot of hits, but they get a lot of home runs. Whenever they get a hit, it is a home run. 118 home runs, that's top 5 in baseball. 37 steals, giving up 4.49 runs per game. Mitchell Parker pitching for the Nationals, 5-8 record, 4.59 ERA, 86.1 innings, 59 strikeouts, and Jack Kakanowitz on the mound for the Angels, 3-8 record, 5.49 ERA. Not their best option. 82 innings, 59 strikeouts. I'm going to go with the Nationals. They need this win here. They got to have some momentum going up to the All-Star break. They pull off the upset going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And this next game could potentially be an extremely high-scoring shootout. Our second to last game at 4:10 p.m. The 36-45 Miami Marlins versus the 41-41 Arizona Diamondbacks. They need as many wins as possible. This division is so deep, so competitive. They have to be as far above 500 as possible before the All-Star break. Right now, the Diamondbacks 63.8% chance to win this game. The Marlins a 36.2. Right now, the Diamondbacks 1.5 run favorites. 9.5 over under Arizona. Minus 190. Miami is plus 160 right now. The Marlins, the issue is not the offense. The issue is the pitching. Specifically, the bullpen. They're averaging 4.1 runs per game, 253 average. That's not a bad number. 66 home runs, 60 stolen bases, very balanced, but they are giving up 4.85 runs per game. Arizona, 5.2 runs a game. They have a top 5 overall offense. They have a lot of power. Any game they are in, they are built to get into shootouts with you. They can always outscore you potentially. 5.2 runs per game. 255 average, 115 home runs, 60 steals. They're giving up 4.73 runs per game. That's why I said this game could turn into a shootout. Both of these teams are capable of scoring some runs here. Who's just going to score more? It's probably going to be a lot of runs no matter what. Right now, the Marlins, Cal Quantrill on the mound, 3-7 record. 5.56 ERA, 68 innings, 51 strikeouts, 78 hits. He's putting a lot of guys on base here. You don't want to do that versus Diamondbacks team. They don't just hit for power, they hit for average as well. And Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound for the Diamondbacks, not having the best start of his career right now. 3-4 record, 5.4 ERA, 66.2 innings, 74 strikeouts, but still I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks pulling off the win, covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. And on ESPN, our final game at 7 p.m. This is a fun matchup. This is a AL Central versus AL Central matchup. The 40-43 Minnesota Twins, yes, they're under 500, but this team has been up and down so much this season. There was a time where they were well over 500. At some point, they're going to hit rock bottom. They're going to fight their way back. This is a competitive squad, just not playing to their full potential yet. They'll be facing off versus the 52-32 Detroit Tigers, tied for most wins in baseball with the Dodgers. First place in the AL Central. The Twins, fourth place in the AL Central. Right now, Detroit's 74% chance to win this game. The Twins, a 26% chance. Right now, the Tigers, 1.5 run favorites. 6.5 over under. The Tigers are minus 285. Heavy favorites here. The Twins are plus 230. Do not underestimate the Twins here. They're not a bad team. Pitching has been awful this month. They went from a 3.6 ERA to 4.2, but they still have the offense there. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 242, 90 home runs, 37 steals, giving up 4.22 runs per game. The Tigers, one of the best rounded teams in baseball. They don't have speed. That's the only knock on them. They have everything else. 5 runs a game, 253 average, 98 home runs, only 28 steals, but who cares? They're still scoring runs, only giving up 3.5 runs per game. That is top 6 in baseball. And they might have one of the leaders for the Cy Young pitching for the Tigers right now. Skubal on the mound, 9-2 record, 2.29 ERA, 102 innings, 125 strikeouts. How about only 8 home runs in 16 games? That is elite right now. This is not the guy you want to face with the Tigers bullpen, with the Tigers lineup backing him up. Chris Paddock on the mound right now for the Twins, 3-6 record, 4.64 ERA, 85.1 innings, 60 strikeouts. I'm going to go with the Tigers winning this one. I'm going to go with them covering the spread, but I'm actually going to go with the under. Very low scoring game. Guys, that's my predictions, picks, and best bets for all of our baseball games we have coming up for Saturday, June 29th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, do you agree with me, disagree with me? What are your thoughts on these games? Let me know down below, and I will make sure that I respond to every single one of them. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate that. And, of course, thank you for watching.